Ana Macarena and from A1 Math Studies 2, and this is Introduction to Statistics and Presenting Data as well as Cumulative Frequency Tables. This is topics 2.1 to 2.4. Before we start, vocabulary of course. Frequency is the rate at which something occurs. Discrete variables are the values of only specific points on a scale. Continuous variables are any value between the minimum and the maximum in the scale. A histogram is a graphical display where the data is grouped into ranges and then plotted as bars. And a cumulative frequency is the running total of frequencies. It could also be defined as the sum of all previous frequencies up to the current point. Example 1, is it discrete or continuous? For this example, you will have to classify the following variables as categorical, quantitative discrete, or quantitative continuous, and explain why. All the answers, of course, will be given at the end. Make sure you pause and take the time to answer all these examples. So make sure you're pausing it and answering. How to display numerical data. So right here we can see two graphs. The first one, this one right here, is a column graph, which is used to show discrete data, and then this one right here is a frequency histogram, which is used to demonstrate continuous data, and we will be learning about histograms today. You also have to make sure that you know that a histogram does not have any gaps in between, as demonstrated here. You can see this one does have gaps. So just remember that a histogram does not have gaps. So example 2 is to create a histogram. So this is a list of prices of birthday cards found in various drugstores. So what you need to do is draw what this table would look like as a histogram. I'm sorry for my misspelling. So yeah, again, pause the video, make sure you draw what the table would look like, and make sure you're paying attention to the IB command terms. So the 5-number summary, what does it consist of? It consists of a minimum, which is the lowest number, first quartile, which is the middle value between the smallest number and the median, a median, which is the number in the middle, third quartile, which is the middle value between the median and the highest value, and then a maximum, which is the highest number. So this 5 summary continued. So find the 5-number summary for the following set of data, then sketch a box and whisker plot. For this one, we will be doing it together. I will be showing you step by step on how to do this. So as you can see right here, so steps. The first step to any 5-number summary is to rearrange the numbers in order. As you can see in red. Then you need to find, the easiest thing to do next is to find the minimum and the maximum, which as you can see there is 1 and 22 demonstrated in the light blue and the dark blue. And then find the median, which is 10 demonstrated in the green. And then you have to find the first quartile and then the second quartile demonstrated in the purple and the dark purple, which is 6 and 16. You also, to find the 5-number summary, you also need the interquartile rate, which is generally just the third quartile minus the first quartile, which would be 16 minus 6, which equals 10. So your interquartile rate is 10. This is a box and whisker plot demonstrated closer. So you have your minimum, your first quartile, your median, your third quartile, then your maximum. Before we were told to do dots, IB now wants us to do lines. So make sure you're doing lines. And again, make sure you are paying attention to the IB command terms. So for example 3, it's time to try one on your own. Find the 5-number summary plus the interquartile rate for the following sets of data, and then sketch a box and whisker plot. again, pause the video and the answers will be at the end. So, cumulative frequency. What is, again, let me repeat our vocabulary word, cumulative frequency, and what it is. A cumulative frequency is the running total of frequencies, again, also defined as the sum of all previous frequencies up to the current point. So right here, this is your current frequency. And to find your cumulative frequency, you just have to add your cumulative frequency to your current frequency. So you want to start off with 3, then you want to add 8, which is your current frequency, to get your cumulative frequency, which is 11, and you want to keep doing that as you keep going. After you find your cumulative frequency, you want to graph your cumulative frequency. So right here, you can see a graph done. This is a number of siblings, which is what we're measuring, and this is the cumulative frequency rate or data. Yeah. Okay, so example 4 is your turn to find the cumulative frequency. So make sure you're finding what the cumulative frequency is. Again, remember, it's adding the cumulative frequency with the previous frequency to the end number. So make sure you're doing that, and make sure you're pausing the video and trying the example out. And make sure you're also graphing. Make sure you're also graphing the example. Okay, so it seems like we're at the end of the video, and these are the answers to all the previous examples that we did. So the answers for example 1, which was classify the following discrete as categorical, quantitative discrete, or quantitative continuous, and explain why. So for the first example was the number of students present in an IB class. That would be discrete, since we can't have half a student or 1/4 of a student. We can only have one whole number, which is, for example, 10 or 9. Distance traveled to the moon, it's continuous, because we could have, this is going to be a short distance, but 10 feet, 10.5 feet. Students' grade level is discrete as well, because we know our system as to be the 1st grade to 6th grade, 6th grade, and so on. We don't have 6th grade, 6.5 grade. We don't really have that in the system, so that would be considered discrete. The weight of a Christmas tree is continuous, because we can have a Christmas tree that is 10.5 or 10 pounds or 20.5 pounds. The age of our parents or us, it's continuous, because although it might seem discrete, since we are, for example, I'm 17, it's continuous because we are generally always, for me, for example, I'm 17 years old, 5 months, and so on. And then time it takes to get to the moon is continuous. Oh, I did not realize I had that twice. Oh wait, no, that's different. Sorry. So time it takes to go to the moon, it's 20. It could be 20 minutes with 5 seconds, or an hour and 30 minutes, which makes it continuous. For example 2, so this is what your histogram would have to look like. And example for the answer for example 3, this is the answer. So the minimum of example 3 was 3. The first quartile was 6. The median is 12. The third quartile is 19. The maximum is 21. And then on our IQR, which is our interquartile rate, is 19, which is our third quartile, minus 6, which is our first quartile, equals 13. And then when we plot it, we see this is the minimum, the first quartile, the median, the third quartile, then the maximum. So that is it for my video, guys. I hope I did a good job explaining. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll hopefully see you next time. Bye.